On this week's show, Fundraiser for the Sudan, expert advice on exam prep, a recap of spring sports, and Laurentians celebrate Holi. Lawrenceville's 10-minute newscast begins right now. From the studios inside the Lawrenceville School's historic Pop Hall, this is L10 with Aiden Duffy. Hello and welcome to this week's show. The representatives of the 2017-2018 Student Council have been announced. Congratulations to Athletics Representative Alex Way, Arts Representative Alvaro Barrera, Diversity Representative Tiffany Thomas, Sustainability Representative Douglas Wellmeyer, and Community Service Representative Riley Rogerson. Third former Brandon Lee won first place in the 2017 BioBlitz competition, recording a total of 248 living species. On May 6th, members of the Solar Energy Club and Sustainability Council, Bradford Lynn, Neil Vassaretti, Douglas Wellmeyer, and Johnny Yu joined students from other high schools and Princeton University to build the solar suitcases for use in Peruvian community centers and schools. More titles for Big Red this week, with both the boys and girls varsity track teams earning Maple championships and the girls varsity lacrosse team winning the Mercer County tournament. Last Saturday, Laurentians took to the volleyball courts to raise awareness and money for Sudan, now suffering from a severe humanitarian crisis. Executive producer Alex Small sits down with history fellow Aurelia Jonathan to talk about the situation, and senior news correspondent Annie Hait takes us to the fundraiser.
Thanks, Aiden. I'm here at the field house to check out tonight's volleyball tournament. So, Panos, can you tell us a little bit about tonight's event and what the money's going towards?
Yeah, sure. So this is a volleyball tournament. The proceeds will be going towards helping alleviate the humanitarian crisis that's going on right now in South Sudan. There's a lot of starvation occurring because food supplies can't get to the civilian population due to military conflict. So we'll be donating the proceeds to a community organization that Ms. Jonathan in the history department works with.
Thank you, Panos.
I'm here with teaching fellow and history master Ms. Aurelia Jonathan. So Ms. Jonathan, this past week we held a community service fundraiser. Could you talk a little bit about your personal relationship with South Sudan and how that's important to you?
Yeah, so through my father was able to get an opportunity to work at the South Sudanese embassy, both in Washington and then in Juba, and the community foundation for the community that I worked with, that's 73 miles outside of the capital city. Basically what they do and what they've been doing is instead of kind of bringing money out to the village, they've been going and buying bags of flour at the border for people. Because of all the violence, people weren't able to plant crops this past year. And so people just are literally starving. It's really expensive to buy flour, it's really expensive to buy food, and so what the church has been doing, based in the funding from the Community Foundation, is providing meals for people.
Thank you, Alex and Annie. With final exams around the corner, senior features correspondent Jeremy Huang shares expert advice on test preparation.
What tip would you give to a student to take advantage of Consult?
That's a great question. I think a lot of times students come in to Consult and they don't have a specific question in mind that they want to ask the teacher or other students. So I think my best tip would be make sure you have a specific question or a couple of specific questions that you want to get answered when you come.
Are there any general trends you've seen throughout finals in terms of studying, stress, results, anything?
So one thing we've noticed is that when our exam is later, students tend to get fatigued. When our exam is earlier, they tend to do better. But regardless of when the exam falls, what they really need to be doing is working new problems, because the exam is all new problems.
Awesome. And other than studying, what tips would you give a student to, really ace finals?
So I think making sure they're clear on what the teacher is expecting on the final, what the format is, how many questions, what type of questions, and then a great strategy is to get together with a group of other students. Maybe if they have a whiteboard available here in the building would be great, out in the hallways or in the classrooms, and actually work problems together, or one person works a problem and have another student critique what they did.
How would you tell students to take advantage of reading day?
Reading day is a great day to go with specific questions. A lot of times people want to go to reading day to, listen to other people's questions and see what they're confused with. But, if you're trying to take advantage of it for yourself, you should go with your own questions. It's great to stay there and to hear what other people have to say, but if you get the conversation started, you will be benefited from your going to each person's consultation.
So obviously you've had a lot of academic success. What's something personal that you felt over the years was very advantageous for you?
Yeah, for sure. So I think that doing your work while you're awake is a really big part of being successful, in the sense that if you complete an assignment if you complete it, but it takes you, twice the amount of time, or you're, half asleep, then you're not picking up the type of things that if you are completely awake and completely alert that you would pick up on, and that builds up over the course of a year. So doing your homework before 10 p.m. is great. You try to get all your homework done before 10, and you'll be in a position where you can really take advantage of the material.
So on the day before a test, other than studying, what kind of tips would you give a student?
Sleep. I mean, the thing about sleep is that you remember things better after having slept than remembering them right before a test. So let's say you are trying to remember an equation, like a series of equations, and then right before the test you remember them, but they're jumbled together because you had to remember them all in one time period. But if you had to remember it before you sleep, you have 8 hours, and then you can think about it and try to think about them in different scenarios so that it's really beneficial to you, and you can recall them much more effectively. So sleep is huge.
Thank you, Jeremy. With the end of the spring sports season fast approaching, Grace Conallen brings us some highlights.
I'm here with girls varsity track captain Ariel Claxton. So, what are you going to miss most about Lawrenceville Athletics?
I definitely think I'm going to miss my teammates. I've met a lot of my closest friends through sports at Lawrenceville, and especially my track team. Track is a pretty tough sport mentally, so what makes going to practice and hard meets really bearable is definitely seeing my friends there.
How do you think that Lawrenceville Athletics has prepared you for college and college athletics?
I feel really prepared for next year because Lawrenceville is such a prestigious school academically, but we also do really well athletically. So over the past 4 years, I've gotten really used to that balance and learning how to manage my time.
I'm here with senior girls varsity lacrosse captain Riley Fletcher. So, what are you going to miss most about Lawrenceville Athletics?
I think being on the team for 4 years has really made me love all the traditions, and I'm really going to miss all the girls on the team and the close-knit relationships that I've had with all the coaches.
So how has Lawrenceville Athletics prepared you for college?
I think since Lawrenceville is such a rigorous academic school, I think that playing sports and being a student here, it's helped me balance my academics with my athletics.
I'm here with the boys varsity track captain Michael Troop. So, what are you going to miss most about Lawrenceville Athletics?
I'm going to miss my teammates and coaches because they're all really nice and fun people.
So, how has Lawrenceville Athletics prepared you for college?
Lawrenceville has really made me love my sport, so it's made me excited for college.
I'm here with girls varsity softball captain Megan Cooker. So, Meg, what are you going to miss most about Lawrenceville Athletics?
I'm definitely going to miss playing with my sister Lindsay. I've been able to play with her for the past 2 years on softball. I've never been able to catch her pitcher like her, and I will definitely miss it.
And how do you think that Lawrenceville Athletics has prepared you for college?
Lawrenceville Athletics has taught me the importance of teamwork, especially for softball. Being the captain this year, I was the only one, so it was hard to bond the team at first, but definitely showed me the importance of teamwork, working together.
Thank you, Grace. Laurentians gathered in front of the chapel to celebrate Holi, also known as the Festival of Colors.
Holi is the Hindu festival of spring. It celebrates the awakening of the spring season, so it's a harvest festival. It's a festival that celebrates community, togetherness. There are many narratives that are associated with Holi in different Hindu traditions. In many of the devotional traditions, it's a celebration of the masculine and feminine aspects of the divine or of God kind of coming together in union. One of the things that I really love about Holi is, of course, there's the playing of colors, and that's a lot of fun, but there's also this deeper significance where on the day of Holi, when you play with colors and you just cover each other with colors, it's said that the differences, the things that separate us, right, even externally, the color of our skin or our complexion, the way we look, the clothes that we wear, signs of status and of class, all these things disappear. On the day of Holi, we're all just kind of multicolored, and there's a oneness that comes with that. There's a kind of a unity that comes with that carries over and transcends all differences.
It's tradition around here that we end the last show of the school year with a sign-off from all of the people who make it happen each week. So, from all of us here at L10, thank you for watching and have a great weekend. We'll see you right back here in September.
From the studios inside the Lawrenceville School, right now, this is L10 with Guy L. Folks.